Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Ward Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is initiation into Luciferian mysteries. So I want to give a foundation for the family of initiating into the path of the crooked serpent. So with no further delay, let's discuss this, family. Now, I want to tell you first and foremost that when you initiate into the path of the Luciferian, and this is self-initiation, it is far different from the right-hand path. And for those that don't know, the right-hand path really consists of the so-called Hydras and their children. So this would be Judaism, this would be Christianity, Al-Islam, and then you can throw in Hinduism as well as Buddhism. Now the difference is this. When you are dealing with the right-hand path persuasion, you have to really wait, and then you deal with the dissolution of the ego, and then you are totally subservient to whether that be Allah, whether that be Jehovah, Buddha, etc. Now, when you deal with initiation into the Luciferian mysteries, and pay very close attention, when you are dealing with that initiation, is that you're going to discover the darkness within yourself. That's one. The second thing is that not only will you discover that darkness, but you're going to have to face it through trials and tribulations. Whereas with the right hand path, it's certain things that you're going to run into down the line. That's not how it works with initiation to the Luciferian mystery. You're going to run into things face first, full frontal in the very beginning. This I can guarantee. Whether you eventually deal with the Kalipov, whether you're dealing with shadow work, or even finding out how toxic you are because of the family that you came from. And now you're learning to forge a new and different path. So that means that a lot of people that you were dealing with prior to the path of the crooked serpent, they're not going to be on this journey with you. Fundamentally and honestly, you're on your own with this one. But when you go through that process, what's going to happen is that the confidence that you was once lacking, and you were passive aggressive, and you was letting too many things slide, what ends up happening is that now that confidence starts to ignite. It's not that that flame was never in you, but it was flickering. Now it's starting to grow. And that is what's going to happen on this path. So the whole thing is, instead of not having an ego, because the ego isn't going nowhere. It's not about having an ego. It's about being able to control the ego. Big difference, okay? So the ego's not going nowhere, and Lucifer will help you ignite it. So with igniting that, the savage that was once lacking, the savage is not only been released from his cage, it is a full apex predator. And later, when you do go to the Kalipov, then you have to be able to bring the ego back in check when you run into the gods and goddesses and Chagall and Koranzan. So that is what that is. Because remember, the black night, the black flame, excuse me, is the seat of magic. And it's dormant. It's in a lot of people. Even in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 34, ye are gods. So that's telling you. And when you talk about Christ or Christos, the Messiah, that's a Jungian concept. So the same thing that these so-called mythical people have, and they were performing these so-called miracles and making things happen, you too can perform miracles. But the greatest miracle one can begin is the transformation of self, and not only finding out who they are, but loving who they are and being accepted of who they are while working on self transformation. And that's the initiation of the Luciferian mysteries. And I challenge any of you who are very serious and committed to go through it, because once you do, you never will be the same. And I think that that's a good thing. What you think? So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. The water, my friends. Peace.